Hello Capricorn, how are you? Welcome to your May 2021 monthly reading. I've got 2 decks of major arcanas only in this pile, and I am going to talk while I shuffle. So the 2 decks I've got in the major arcanas, the Murder of Crows and the Santa Muerte Tarot. Both of them are quite ominous looking, but are wonderful decks. And the Crow Tarot is what we are going to use for the base of the reading. And should we need clarifiers, we have the Lion Strider Tarot. So let's start shuffling and chatting because there is quite a bit going on this month. So yeah, buckle in. We just finished 6 weeks earlier this spring. I'm sorry if that shakes a bit. I was just moving the chair and bumped the table. We had 6 weeks of 0 retrogrades. Not much of anything interesting happened for quite some time. And the police are in my neighborhood like crazy today, and I don't know why, because my neighborhood's not like that. Anyway, we went from relative calm and peace to now things are really starting to move and shake. At the end of April, we had Pluto go retrograde, and Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So we went through, at least I went through March feeling like the ending. There was endings, it was ending, things were ending, and I don't know if anybody else felt that. Well, that was because karmic cycles were being ended and recalibrating, rebalancing. We are going through more of that energy for the next several months ahead, particularly because we have Saturn going retrograde at the end of May. I'll talk about him in just a moment, and I use Saturn as a him because it is dad-like energy. Saturn's the dad of the solar system. It's very grounded energy, and I believe it may even rule over your sign. So a little more onto the cosmos. We were feeling this death and rebirth cycle happening with Pluto going retrograde. We had on May 8th, Venus moved into the sign of Gemini. So it went from relative stability and calm because Venus rules over Taurus. The sun is in Taurus right now, and Venus was comfortable. So there may have been some relative comfort in your love life. Well, guess what? On May 8th, Venus moved into Gemini, which means there's going to be a lot of communication back and forth. It might be fun, it might be flirty. Just be cautious because it might be fickle. I myself have a sun Gemini, so I know all too well what Geminis stand for. Then we have let's get the messages or the energy for Capricorn for May 2021, please. On May 11th, we have the new moon in the sign of Taurus. Now, the new moon in the sign of Taurus does want us to get grounded. Well, guess what, Capricorns? You're already there. You are probably even more grounded than Virgo or Taurus itself. So you will be feeling some of the calming effects of this new moon. Now, around this new moon, you're going to be possibly feeling called to get very clear and specific on things you want to bring in. That is the new moon energy of it being in Taurus. And new moons are all about new starts, new beginnings, calling in things for your new cycles starting. The moon is starting its new cycle. So there's a lot of like new. Normally this is when you do your spell casting, your spell work, your shadow, or sorry, not your shadow work. This is when you want to set your intentions and call things in. This new moon doesn't necessarily want us to be actively doing things like spell casting or anything like that. It wants us to just be getting explicit It wants extreme clarity when it comes to what you want to bring in, and it wants you to focus on things that are tangible. So anything that is related with earth energy, so that is your home, your money, your finances, your investments, your job. Get clear, get specific on what you want and what you want to bring in. Around this time, we have Jupiter moving into the sign of Pisces. So we may be feeling a little daydreamy. That is not your comfort zone at all. You are very grounded. You like to have your feet on the ground, but you know what? With Jupiter being in Pisces, and it's going to be there for a few months, allow yourself a little indulgence, even if it's a brief, fleeting thought. Allow yourself to have that daydreamy quality, because that may help you get real on what it is that you want to bring in. We then have on May 20th, the sun moves into the sign of Gemini itself. So all of this earthy, grounded energy is going to move, and it's going to start moving and shaking, and it's going to want to be over here and over here and over there and there and there, and oh, try anything. Welcome to Gemini energy. If you have Gemini in your chart, you will understand. Please make sure you check what your rising sign is, because your sun sign is your outer you, your rising sign is your inner you, your Mercury sign is how you communicate, your Venus sign is how you express love, your moon is your emotions, and Mars is how you express express anger. So when you look at your astrological birth chart, those are the planets that you want to focus on, your sun, moon, rising in particular. A lot of people don't worry a lot about what their Mercury sign is, because they think communication is communication. Well, guess what? We have a Mercury retrograde. Mercury, the planet of communication, rules over Gemini. Mercury is going to be in Gemini when it goes retrograde. We are going to feel the pre-retrograde shadow phase the weekend of May 19th. We're going to start seeing that ugly beast rear its head. So double, triple, quadruple, check your communications. Make sure they're going to the right person. Make sure your wording cannot be misconstrued, misunderstood. Make sure your T's are crossed, I's are dotted, things are signed and dated, and done so in the appropriate spot. That is Mercury retrograde for you, and that is happening on May 29th. On May 23rd, I know we talked a little bit about Saturn going retrograde, so we're not going to dig too much into that one, because we already talked about it. No point in going over that again, but we do have, I'm going to keep shuffling these, simply because we do have a major moon event happening on May 26th. And this one is going to be really rattling and shaking our cages, partly because not only is it a supermoon, so it's supercharged energy, and it's supercharged energy in Sagittarius. So if you are a cusper with Sagittarius sun energy, you could be feeling this energy with an extra double whammy. And to add the cherry on top, we've got a lunar eclipse, which is really going to be bringing emotions out. And I know, Capricorn, you're not that comfortable with that emotional garbage, but guess what? You might be feeling it, especially if you have a lot of Saturn in your chart. Saturn, Gemini, Taurus, or Saturn, Sagittarius. I've got Saturn on the mind today. Like I said, I think it's your energy as well. So as I finish talking about this moon, let's get the messages for Capricorn, please, for the month of May. So more about this moon. We want to start making informed decisions and get clear out space. What freedoms do we value? focusing on our beliefs and values. But with the eclipse wants us to close things out. It wants us to finish that book, finish that project. And if we're not going to finish that project, to delegate it and get it done, get stuff off of our plates, close things out. Oh, this Justice card keeps popping up. You saw me shuffle these cards. Oh, they're getting jumbled. You saw me shuffle these cards. I also shuffle them prior to doing this reading. 2 more cards, please, for Capricorn. I like to call my cards. Then that way the message is clear on what I'm looking for. Because otherwise messages can just come in willy-nilly. And that's not cool. I have a Capricorn moon, so my emotions are quite grounded. And I do somewhat identify with you guys. I also have Earth rising, which is why I love making lists and organizing and all of that fun stuff, which you do as well. You're probably one of the hardest working signs there is in all of the astrological chart. You're very grounded. You work very hard. You're not overly emotional, but people can think that you're possibly void of emotions. You just keep your cards close to your chest. You don't let people know what's going on with you unless you want them to know, and don't like nosy busybodies. But with this full moon, if you are in the northern hemisphere and the weather cooperates, you should be able to see it, and it is a full lunar eclipse. All right. I don't know why I'm feeling like there might be one more card for you here. I don't know. I might just do a quick rundown if there's not one more as to what is happening. Now, you do have the Major Arcana card of Justice that came into the body of the reading. There it is. Moon on the bottom. I swear to God, anytime I talk about the moon while I'm shuffling, the moon card makes an appearance. Be cautious of things that are not being shown to you, that are being hidden underneath the surface. And then you've got the star. So hopes and dreams, keep that close to your chest. Don't necessarily keep it a secret, but you may not want to be sharing it until you have all of the information. And again, that's going to be around the full moon. Okay, let's start off. Your Major Arcana that are playing out for the month of May for you. You have the Fool card. Not only is it the very first card of the Major Arcana, it is the very first card of the entire tarot. Now, the Fool takes only what he needs with him, and I use him just because a lot of times the Fool is depicted as being masculine. The Fool is, because this is in the upright, this is positive, he's enjoying the scenery on his journey, and he's only taking what he can carry with him, and that is not only physical baggage but emotional baggage. So it's time to release and clear any of that clutter that can go along with the full moon of clearing space, making space, clearing clutter. Release your emotional baggage so you can take that leap of faith into something new. This is newness. There's a big new start for you here. And then you've got the Sun card, which is also a bit of a completion card, almost the end of the Major Arcana. And it is happiness, joy, celebration, bright, warm, sunny day. It's all of that in a bag of chips. Like this is good stuff coming in. And because it is Major Arcana, it is major energy. And this is what you're going to be feeling throughout the month. And I do strongly feel that it is connected to whatever this leap of faith into something new that you are going to be taking. Now, we have some very interesting energy here. There's a little bit of cups. There's a little bit of air and a smidge of fire. So we're going to start off with the fire. We have the King of Wands energy. Now there is the infinity symbol right up at the top of the corner, and in the opposite corner there's the sun. So there is an infinite supply here of passion and drive with the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands, very driven, a little lustful, often seen as the CEO of the tarot. He is the businessman, he runs the show. And that is very much the energy coming in, even though this can be lustful and very pride, kind of conceited energy. Sometimes it's okay to show off your achievements and be proud. There's the Justice card, card of Libra. The scales of justice hang in the balance, but this is also the card of karma. So karma is rebalanced, or is rebalancing right now throughout the month of May, and will continue to do so until October. We are in our new karmic cycles, or actually just at the very beginning of them. You may be starting to see signs of this happening. We all are. I know me, my personal life. There's been an interesting course of karma playing out. I didn't quite see it coming. And let's just say karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch, and hopefully you're on the right side of karma, because this card's in the upright. I do feel that, and this card is coming out in the upright for a lot of the signs. So this is just a sign of things being rebalanced. Karma's coming into play. Now, if you are dealing with the justice system, this card also can indicate a resolution in the near future. We've got more Wands energy. This is the Five of Wands. Fives are the conflict cards. And the one good thing with this being a Wands card, Wands energy, is it's fast moving. So this conflict might be mid-month, and it's a quick conflict. It comes in, you have your spat, and then it's over. And that is going to leave you feeling like you've got a lot of options. So this is the Seven of Cups, which is water energy, which talks about your emotions. So you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and as you can see, each cup holds something different, and the crow's trying to figure out which one to choose. You may have to be making a choice, and that is where the conflict is coming in, or you may be feeling internal conflict over the fact that you have a lot of options when it comes to making this decision. But we've got the Queen of Swords, so you will be making a confident decision, and it will be an intelligent decision. It's one where you may have to cut somebody out. The Queen of Swords, very sharp-witted, very sharp-tongued as well, very intellectual. So you're going to be making an informed decision by the end of the month. Now, I do want to clarify what are these options with the Seven of Cups. What is going on with the Seven of Cups for Capricorn? Please and thank you. I always say please and thank you to your cards. If you are a tarot reader, if you're experienced, you'll know this. If you're new, something you may want to tuck in your back pocket. And I do welcome new tarot readers all the time. Part of the reason why I hold up the cards and talk about the cards. I started reading tarot about 20 years ago. I do personal readings, by the way. Get in touch with me if you wish to talk more about that. Also, quick note while I'm shuffling, sometimes this deck can be a little camera shy. I am doing a monthly contest, so whichever sign for their May monthly reading has the most views, interactions, likes, shares, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Whichever sign has the most views and interactions at the end of the month will get bonus readings in June. Now, I did run this in April, and Scorpios ran away with that one. They were more than 150 views ahead of their closest competitor. So if you want extra readings, then share with all your Capricorn friends. And even if you were to send the link for this video, say on your social media, as long as this gets a view, it doesn't matter how you found it, how your friends found it, as long as it gets the view and the view gets counted, which if it gets watched through a link, it does. Okay, so what are your options? Your options are, there's a celebratory tone with 3 of Cups. You're feeling like there's a reason to celebrate. You are going to be making a quick decision, or there's an opportunity that is going to come in quite quickly, and jump on it when it presents itself, because this partnership is something you're going to have to act on. It's going to bring you that stability that you crave. And for you, Capricorn, you thrive. People do really well in general with stability, but you thrive in it. That is how you can deal, is if you have some stability. There is some movement coming in. There's a bit of a burst of creativity and spontaneity. And when this option gets presented, jump on it. You have to jump on it, because if you do not, then you could miss out. This is an opportunity. It may come in the form of a message where it comes in and it's like, boom, okay, you have to act now. You've got like 2 days to act on it, because things are closing. It's like somebody sends you a message saying, this job would be perfect for you. It's what you've been asking for. And they send you the job notice, or someone tells you there's a position open in my company, you need to apply for it, and it closes in 2 days. So you have to get things together and get on it. So that is what those options are. And with the Queen of Swords, you will be making the informed decision whether you act or you let it pass. There is potential cause for celebration, and that could be your new opportunity that you're taking a leap of faith into, that is going to lead to more joy, celebration, and happiness. So I am going to leave it here for you, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.